part 2 of the Beginner's Guide to Working Out. So I hear a lot of questions as a personal trainer, like how do I get a six-pack? What are the best exercises for abs? How can I lose belly fat? How can I get my abs back in shape after having a baby? I can't do a lot of crunches, or I have a lot of lower back pain. How do I work out my abs? Or I don't want bulky muscles, so how can I work out my abs in a way that'll give me a nice flat stomach? This video is focused on core and balance. So why core and balance? Balance is going to help engage your core, and the core, which is all the muscles of this middle part of your body, not just the abs, but the back, the obliques, the transverse, which is deep inside, helps pull your everything in kind of like a corset. These are what make up the core, and this is incredibly important for any exercise program. This is where your strength really comes from, and so you need to have this foundation of a strong core before you jump into other exercises. A lot of people make the mistake of going into the gym and lifting really heavy weights without spending time working on their core and on their balance, which is really going to set you up for longer term success, because you've got to be strong here to do anything else. For instance, if you're doing squats, you're using a lot of your back muscles, your ab muscles. You have to have a strong core. The stronger your core, the heavier weight you can lift, because you can support yourself. So therefore you can actually develop your legs better by having a strong core. So all the exercises in this video are going to teach you how to train all of those muscles in your core. One thing I always tell my clients when we're getting started is pretty much in any exercise, even when you're just standing, you can practice this at the store, is making sure that you focus on keeping your belly button pulled in tight. So it's almost like as if someone were behind you pulling a string. You want to keep your belly button pulled in tight. That's going to help to really support you, give you proper posture, and give you strength in any of the exercises that you're doing. That'll also help you to balance better, so that provides a lot of stability. So let's get started.
So this is a great exercise that I use all the time for myself and clients. You want to get down where your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, you're on all fours, and extend out the opposite arm and leg. And you're just going to hold in that position for about 10 to 20 seconds or longer, depending on your fitness level. Key in this is keeping your abs pulled in tight. You want your belly button tight here, and just that action of holding that tight, you should start to feel that burn in your obliques and your abs all over. And then for an additional challenge, then you can draw in your elbow and your knees towards each other like I'm doing here, and that will add just a little bit more difficulty. As you progress, you're able to balance and this gets easier. Then you can add this in and it'll add another dimension for you to make this a bit more challenging. This exercise is a side plank or side iso abs. You can do this just on the ground with your elbow on the ground, or you can do kind of the next step up, which is this one that I'm showing you that's on a Bosu ball. So that adds a whole other level of instability to make it a bit harder. So that's kind of a good challenge for you if you're ready to move up, or you can just, like I said, do it on the ground. So you just hold it on each side about 20 seconds. Switch around when you're ready for the next side, and then as this gets easier, just hold it for longer. This is a crunch on a stability ball, so the ball adds a level of balance that's required, makes it a little bit more difficult. So you just want to make sure the ball is placed on your lower back, mid back, and just kind of the top of your glutes. Keeping your eyes looking up forward, you want to keep your neck in a neutral position, so just lightly place your hands underneath your neck just to support it, but don't pull on your neck. Go nice and slow and controlled, and you want to go to about 15 or 20 reps. If you can do more, do more. This is the front version of the plank or iso abs. So again, you can do this just on the floor, no Bosu ball. That's how you want to start. This is just kind of a progression to make it a bit more difficult. And then what you can also do is start to move around a little bit by using something like a stability ball or Bosu ball. You can just slightly move your arms and it'll begin to engage your core more to try and hold yourself in place. Or you can do this rocking forward and back just to add just a little bit more difficulty to it. So just simple little movements like this will challenge your abs a lot more.
So these are some very basic exercises for balance that you can do anywhere. You don't have to be at a gym for these. If you're just starting out and don't have much balance at all, a very simple one, put your hands on your hips, lift up one leg, extend your leg out to the side, bring it back in without setting it down. Back out and in. And you can do this about 8 to 10 times on each side. And go back behind you, bring it in, back behind you, bring it in. This is very basic. If you don't have much balance and find it hard to just stand on one leg, this is a great way to get started. If you're more advanced, a great exercise is a single leg reach down or a single leg squat. So you're gonna stand on one leg, bend the opposite, and with that on that same side, the opposite of where you're standing, you're just gonna reach down, keeping a flat back, just below your knee, and stand up. From the side. So it's just a simple squat, basically a single leg squat, reach down, and stand back up. Keeping your abs tight to correct your back, keep your back flat. That's really gonna challenge your balance. Another great one to do that's gonna help build some more strength is a lunge with a rotation. So you're gonna step forward, come down into a lunge where both legs are at 90-degree angles, arms out in front of you. You're gonna rotate to the side of the leg that's up, and then come back, switch legs, come down, rotate, and go back. And you're gonna alternate back and forth. To address the myth that you can burn fat by doing certain exercises. You can't do that. So in other words, by doing 100 crunches a day, you're not gonna burn fat on your stomach. Only cardio, clean eating, and an overall strength training program is gonna help your body lose fat, and your body is gonna lose fat wherever it wants to lose fat. In future videos, I will be getting into different exercises and ways to train in the gym that are going to be great for a full body workout. And you can watch the previous video on cardio, and then you can see some of my other videos for clean eating, kind of how to do that on a regular basis. Those are going to help build that six-pack, but all these exercises are great for just developing overall balance, strength, and a good core that's going to keep you healthy and fit and looking great, not only now, but long into the future. So I hope this is helpful, and I will see you in the next video.